I want to talk about the limits of AI. So in this country, we have something called STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. According to the powers that be, this is what our children need to be taught in school, not art, literature, or music. No, that's not important, despite the fact that we know that it greatly enriches the lives of children and also later as adults. No, they need to learn STEM so that this country can remain competitive. The race being the most miserable people on the planet, I suppose. So what happens when these STEM people go to their STEM jobs? Well, I'm sure it's very stressful. It's hard work. They come home. What's the first thing they want to do? Unplug from STEM. They turn on the television set to escape. Or when they go through a breakup or they experience a death in the family, they turn to music so that they can feel less alone in the world, so that they can better understand their own emotions. Tell me again how unimportant the arts are. And what happens when these STEM nerds get together? They create AI. And what's the first thing they do? They ask their AI God to create art, literature, and music. Tell me again how unimportant art, literature, and music is when that's the first thing they wanted to do. So I'm a TV writer on strike, and I get trolled by people on my page here. They say, get a real job. Why? So that I could wind up angry and miserable like you? No, thanks. How about you stop watching TV? How about you stop listening to music? You're going to do that? I dare you. You're not going to go to the library and pick up a book. That we know, right? So stop turning to the arts if you think it's so unimportant. The thing about AI is it can't inform you on the human experience because it's not human. It could scrape the internet and amalgamate some other humans' experiences and put it together to something that resembles the human experience, but it will never be authentic. It will be, by definition, artificial. So how can AI help me understand myself when AI can't even understand itself? It's not sentient. At least not yet it isn't. When it does become sentient, then I might be interested in hearing AI tell its own story. What's it like to be a computer? Do computers want to be more human or less human? That would be interesting. But it will never be able to tell me about the human experience because it's not human. So when people say that AI can do what I can do, it can't. It's just not the same thing. It's like saying this Twinkie is the same thing as a 3-layered cake that a master baker baked. It's not the same thing. One's a Twinkie and one's a 3-layered cake. If you don't understand, if you don't recognize the difference, I can't tell you any clearer than that. There's just no hope for you. Anyway, what am I really trying to say here? I'm not really sure. I guess I'm just saying be careful of the gods you worship. For more thoughts about art and writing, keep following me here at Michael Jamin Writer.